In one of my latest videos, I've touched a bit on the shooting from the hip style. And based by your response, I could immediately see that this is a hairy topic. You immediately started sending me photographers that shoot in that style, and most of the comments were kind of defensive. So I figured that this shooting style has a lot of followers, and I might be stepping on some toes here. But I have to share my thoughts about it. It might be a bit painful, but I think I'm doing good here. So let's try and understand the why. Why shooting from the hip is often a bad idea. Well, at first, at its base, a shoot from the hip is ultimately a low-angle shot with few slight differences. The first difference is composition. It's a compromise over thoughtful composition. The moment you try to compose by feel without actually seeing what you're framing, the results are kind of unpredictable. Yes, you can learn over time to feel the distance and sort of compose. But I don't think you'll ever beat the accuracy of thoughtful composition with a hip shot. And there is a reason for that. And that reason is lack of intentionality. I'm not saying everyone, but most hip shooters don't compose at all. They just try to capture an object that is passing on the street in front of them, try to get him in focus, get him with some interesting expression, or in the middle of something, eating for example. But at the end, because of the approach and the lack of intentionality, it's mostly a numbers game. They will go out and shoot 300, 500 photographs, and maybe out of all these, 2 or 3 will be somewhat decently composed, while the rest being completely useless, nasty crops, out of focus, half subjects, no heads, and vice versa. You can imagine what can you get when you're shooting without intention. And I don't know what is your criteria of being a good photographer, but shooting in a way where luck is your only ingredient sounds a little bit off to me. Now, if you get into discussion with a photographer that is shooting often from the hip, you will hear some things like, this is the best way to get more authenticity, and that this angle of view is unique. Well, the angle of view can be achieved without the from the hip shooting. You can still shoot from low angle, just intentionally. As far as authenticity goes, here's a question for you. Does the fact that the subject is unaware of being photographed automatically makes the image more authentic? I think that probably not. True authenticity comes from the photographer's intentional vision, observation, and connection, not just the subject ignorance. There's a big difference between stealth and discretion. Discretion means blending in, being respectful, but not hiding. And in fact, occasionally, a person might respond with a very authentic gestures to the fact being noticed when photographed. I call this the first look, the expression that he has when he first acknowledges you trying to get a shot. You're getting the most genuine, authentic response ever, trust me on that one. So if the main reason people shoot from the hip isn't the authenticity or the unique field of view, it's most likely to avoid being noticed at all. It's the easy way out. Basically, they shoot that way because of fear. If they weren't controlled by fear and actually tried to use that low field of view as an advantage and simply try to compose that way, the results would probably be better than random shots of passing people. Yes, occasionally you will capture a person from a low angle with an intense facial expression and sometimes even a lucky moment with a neat composition, but the lack of intentionality and real observation, thoughtful composition and connection produces weak photos most of the time. I know that many of you from the hip shooters clan have been doing this for a while. You might find my words a little bit harsh and I might trigger some negative emotions in you, but take a step back and drill down into your reasons. Why are you really shooting from the hip? And how good is your photography actually? Is it good? Look at your photographs. How much unintended cropping you have to do? How many unwanted elements or distractions or poorly cropped subjects are in your photographs? If it's a lot and you think it's normal, I can tell you with confidence it's not. To become a better photographer, you need to stop with this random stuff. There is no master there, you're just wasting your time. It goes similarly with all other fear-imposed techniques, like pretending you're shooting something else, shooting with a telephoto from a distance, or even pretending to shoot a video. These are all fear-triggered tactics, and they produce weak images which hurt your ability to grow. Check yourself. If you're doing photography for 5 years and you're doing it with one or other fear-imposed tactics, you might want to see some progress. You might be ready for a change. For beginners, shooting from a hip can make you feel you're this cool guy shooting around like a cowboy. It's a mix of excitement or doing something cool and dangerous. And there's this community of cool hip shooters. But in fact, you're wasting time. Instead of mastering your craft, mastering your composition, your ability to see moments, you're mastering how to shoot in a hidden way. Instead of conquering the fear of photographing strangers, you use this technique as a crutch that helps you avoiding the fear, but doesn't solve the problem. It can even feel like you're spying, and if you get caught, people's reactions might be worse than if you be open and direct. But anyways, If you're willing to work on that fear, I have a whole video about getting close. I'll link it in the suggestions here. And if you want stronger photography, do this instead. First, you need to deal with your fear and take responsibility for your actions on the street. Yes, it's hard, but this is the way. And I'm not saying you need to be tough or confront people all the time. No. You need to find that sweet spot of body, language, and attitude. Be present, but at the same time, unnoticeable. And when someone does notice you, know how to diffuse the situation without conflict. A little hint, a smile goes a long way here. And these are all personal qualities you need to develop. They'll help you not only in photography, but in life in general. But again, the core here is you need to deal with the fear. There is no way around it. I'm sorry. Now let's talk about how to really shoot from the hip, intentionally. I already mentioned that one of the arguments for this technique is it allows more candid images because the subject doesn't see the camera and, you capture him absolutely unaware. And another benefit is the lower angle, which gives different, sometimes new and more interesting perspective than shooting from an eye level. But let's remove the fancy name of hip shooting. At its core, it's just a low angle shot. And low angle shots have been used by photographers for decades. There is nothing new about that. So now, instead of random shots taken secretly from the hip, how about doing it intentionally? Try this instead. Look through your viewfinder squatting or use your screen to compose. And yes, guys, using the screen is much better than guessing. Trust me, the results will be stronger. Even if some people do notice you and you miss some shots of them, the photos of the one that didn't notice you will be much better because you composed them. And if you master your body language, you can stay and notice even with the camera up to your face. And I love low angle shots. I do many of them, but I don't hide. I just lower the camera and compose, similarly like I would do it from an eye level. And sometimes it is good to have your subject notice that you're about to take a photograph of them. Here are some examples. All of them are results of that first look when they noticed being photographed. Shooting from the hip would be maybe more authentic, but definitely with less connection to the photographed subject. Does that ruin the photograph? The fact that your subject noticed you? I don't think so. Authenticity is still there. Now some practical tips for intentional low-angle shooting. First, use wide lenses. I think 35mm to 21mm full-frame equivalent would be the best. But be careful. The wider the lens, the harder it is to compose. Wide lenses include more of the scene and have deeper depth of field, so you need to be precise. And no, don't say I will just crop it later. No. Compose it right on the spot properly. At least try to. You will usually hear me saying use at least f11 in street photography. And that's fine. But with a low angle shots, the lower part of the image can become a little bit cluttered. So think about this. If the background is too busy, maybe it's a good idea to go for f2.8 or f5.6, just to soften things a little bit, reduce its power. Because of the wide field of view, you will still get some depth, but reduce sharp distractions in the background. Or alternatively, you can tilt your camera slightly to capture more sky. It weakens the background elements, it weakens the lower elements, and includes more sky, so the background is naturally cleaner. While being on this topic, I do recommend going with exposure manual settings here. I usually shoot with manual with auto ISO, but when doing these lower angles, you can often grab more sky and that camera emitter would start darken your image too much. You can of course use exposure compensation to fix it, but I would just go manual to avoid all these random exposure jumps. And since subjects we photograph are usually moving, you will have two focusing choices here. If you're using autofocus, you can use some form of tracking focusing. Choose the area that the subject is going to enter the frame and track them as they advance. Another option is to use zone focusing. You can pre-focus either by using autofocus or back button focusing to a specific distance from your camera and wait for the person or the object to pass at that particular point. Or you can just set your camera to manual mode and set the distance manually. But if you're working that way, you will need to go back to your aperture settings and raise the value higher than f8 at least. So you can have this relatively large zone of focus space for your object to enter. Working that way gives you some benefits. You will be more intentional, you will have more keepers, and looking at the results, you will be more confident as a photographer. But what if fear is still stronger than you? Then temporarily avoid this close distance wide angle photography altogether. Start with 50mm equivalent lens, build up your confidence, and only then get closer with focal length. 50mm is a very decent distance to start. You are not really in the action, you have kind of this breathing space in between. Now again, I'm going to contradict myself. I don't think that shooting from the hip is a crime. Just don't make it a habit. Don't just shoot from the hip all the time just in the sake of the technique. Some great photographs are done this way. I showed some in previous videos, but I will share more with you now. As someone who is learning street photography, you should experience all available shooting techniques out there, but don't let the technique become your driving force in the photography. It should always be the creative idea, the scene, and your subject. Techniques are tools, and different tasks require different tools. Use them when needed, but use them with intention, not as shield for fear. It is important to understand that even with all the tips I gave you, shooting from the screen affects your composition over time. I know that when I am not looking through the viewfinder, my composition is sloppier. It doesn't mean I'm incapable of taking a shot, but it means that often small crop or leveling might be required. And while that's okay, it's kind of a slippery slope, but it's still better than shooting from the hip. And if you're shooting from the hip purely out of fear, maybe it's time to deal with the root cause, because at the end of all, what you really want are strong, deliberate composition with precise framing which capture interesting moments. And blind hip shots rarely deliver that. I hope this was useful. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't beat me too hard. Happy shooting and see you next time.